It's time to become very selective in terms of the thoughts that you carry in your mind. Not only what you think about, but also the context of how you think about it greatly affects every outcome that you experience in your life. Most of this happens invisibly to us. Our perception can't even really pick up the patterns, and we don't realize that what we're putting our energy into is of course expanding, and we become obsessed. We become caught up in thinking patterns that are destructive. We're in a loop of feeling the same emotions, thinking about the same things, or at the very least thinking in the same way. But the moment that you take a step back and analyze and ask yourself, wait a second, do I like what I'm thinking about? Do I want more of this? Do I want this to expand? Then we really expose all of the gap between who we are and who we want to become. If you're worrying, you're probably going to worry more. If you're in fear or anticipation, then you're going to experience a lot more of that. If you're building up importance and placing something on a pedestal or someone on a pedestal, then you're going to experience more and more of that exact feeling. It's almost like pushing away everything that you want and attracting and pulling in everything that you're trying to avoid. Because when your mind is so preoccupied and doing all of this on automatic pilot without you even consenting or thinking about it, it's all happening without your control or input. That's why you have to apply your attention. That's why you have to raise your awareness if you want to break the chain. The quality of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts, and whatever you put more energy into will expand repeatedly. And it's a compound effect too. So if you do something well for a day versus doing something poorly for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, right? What's going to happen is you're going to accumulate so much negative momentum that when you try to fight back, it feels like your efforts are futile. The experience might be similar to you trying to roll a massive boulder up a steep hill. It's not going to happen without you really building up momentum and having the right tools in your arsenal. Really, you growing and expanding your skill set, your abilities. So if you think about how much you want to change, you really also have to ask yourself, what do I need in order to be able to do that? If you have negative momentum of worrying every day and you all of a sudden want to just be relaxed and be at peace, just making the decision alone and trying for one day will do almost nothing. But making a commitment to cultivating the skills of inner peace, absolutely, you can make the transformation. And already in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, wow, what a difference it will make. And the patience to take care of yourself and to give yourself the gift of time to grow and to heal and to improve, it just makes such a vast difference to your perception of progression and the feeling of being okay with where you are, accepting your current situation and what has led you here. Because it's not just about overcoming and being strong and driving forward, it's also about understanding and integrating everything that you've been through so far. There's a reason for it. There's a lesson in it, right? You can see that you wouldn't repeat the same patterns if there wasn't something in there that you needed to learn from, or something that you really needed to extract, a lesson, or also an experience, a feeling that will shift you in terms of your approach going into the future. I also want you to become highly aware of how addictive progress really is. That when you make the right decisions a few days in a row, the momentum of that and the feeling that it gives you in terms of being on the right track, it's incredible. And if you can think well, if you can start to shift your thoughts in towards what you want and not placing it on the pedestal, but rather really believing that you can achieve what you want and become who you want to be, then really the extreme levels of joy that you'll experience very, very quickly aren't that surprising. It makes sense that when you buy into a different frame, when you shift your whole state of mind, everything in your reality changes. It's not just this experience here and now, but also everything that happens from here on out. It's the courage and the bravery that it requires, and also being willing to let go, being willing to shed the old skin, release the previous patterns and try something different, because you are taking a chance. There's no promise. With what you have right now, it's guaranteed. It's comfortable. You're used to it. You know that if you think the way that you think, you'll feel the way that you feel, and you're used to it. That familiarity creates a trap. The moment that you decide, I want something different, there's no guarantee or promise. You can fall flat on your face and feel even worse than you did before. And, the devil, right? What's most familiar is very alluring because it's so easy to slip back into your comfort zone. You have to be clearly mind made up. You have to be firm in your decision that you're going to make the shift, and only then do you really even stand a chance. And you will be tested time and time again. It will feel like you're slipping backwards, everything just isn't working out, it's not happening as quickly as you like, your patience will be tested, right? And all of this is against you. But what's working in your favor is you getting hooked on the progression loop, is you making the decision and sticking to it and being willing to experience some discomfort temporarily in order to expand and grow long term. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, believe in yourself and that you have the right intention for who you want to become in the future, what you want to experience, what you want to accomplish. Believe that you can really give yourself a chance, and don't hold yourself back because of previous mistakes or the patterns that you've been stuck in or the guilt of not being where you want to be by now, right? All of this pressure, all of these mechanisms that are locking you in place, let them go. Give yourself a free pass just for a moment and try something completely different and watch how it impacts you. Watch how much drive and energy really starts to build up very, very rapidly, very, very quickly. And it only gets better and better each day. Expand your mind. Don't allow it to contract. Don't allow yourself to fall inwards and feel like you can't really push yourself, that this is all you've got and you're stuck in it. No. You have a choice. You have a choice today to change the way you think. And when you change the way you think, the whole reality that you're living in will quickly start to look completely different. And if you would like some help and support, some coaching and guidance every week to make sure that you're performing at your absolute best, to consistently see progress, then I invite you to jump over to erafael.com. Link is in the description. Over there you can book a one-on-one call with me directly. We'll speak and see if it's a good fit, and if so, I can't wait to work with you. Again, if you want to book that call, erafael.com, link is in the description. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this one, and I will catch you on the next one.